Anyway, sorry, meant to ask, how's been your Sunday? Have you had fun today? Have you spent some time with your family? Enjoyed the win that's happening in the US for those of you in the US. Actually, those all over the world, there's lots of energy going towards that, and just really, thankful for the fact that this is at an end, even for those that didn't feel that this was their candidate, we're together, really. But yeah, so I just wanted to check in with you. So it's the last 6 hours, and I wanted to give you guys a couple of things. Number one, we're going to talk about just the results that our clients have been getting, really, in the past 4 or 5 years 4 years actually, that we've worked with our clients, and it's the exact same program upon which my special offer is based. So stay tuned. I'm actually going to be playing with you a couple of snippets from clients we worked with, starting from, and just walking you through some of the figures actually. People who've gotten $2,500 plus, $6,000 plus from their properties. And then number two, I'll be answering questions. Like, I got questions such as, hey, can I start with $5,000? Is this a good time to start with COVID? How do I address landlords? And I addressed some questions yesterday. I got a few more today, and I'm going to be addressing those, okay? That thing is, I'll be taking you a walkthrough through our platform so that you can see exactly what you'll be getting at a glance. We've got lots of walkthroughs, lots of tutorials, lots of sheets, actual sheets that really outline the whole process you're going to be taking to go through just this whole analysis. Okay, so it's going to be really good. And then, yeah, I think this is your chance to also ask me your questions, guys. I'm live, so I can actually see your questions. If you have any questions, let me know. I sent this message out to my list. If you haven't gone on my list yet, please do so, and then I'll be able to send you a PDF. I was giving a free PDF of the scripts, one page, the first page of the scripts you can use when you're talking with landlords, okay? And yeah, it was fun. I might actually maybe play you also a video I had earlier with my daughter. We're talking about Monopoly and the amazing lessons we learned when we were playing a game earlier today about how the most important thing is having an asset that brings you funds. You can be broke, that broke, or but as long as you have an asset that always brings you funds on a regular basis, you're good, you're golden. Okay, so yeah, that's it. Why don't we get started? I will actually play you the first video. No, let me first answer one major question. The question that I was asked, that I wanted to address first is this a great time? Actually, I wonder if I can find it. Let me see. I probably won't be able to open it right away. So I think I can paraphrase it. Someone was asking that, yeah, she's been following me. She loves the things that I'm doing and really wants to jump on. But she's wondering, is this a great time to invest because of COVID? Because of how, we all know, Airbnb has gone down a little bit during this season. That's for sure. So what are we seeing now? Is this a good time to invest? And so this is the answer that I gave her. Yes, it is a good time to invest. Any time is a good time to invest. Even talk to people who are looking at the stock market. Talk to people who are looking at property purchase prices. Talk to people who are looking at just all sorts of varied investment vehicles, let me say. And they'll always tell you, don't wait for in fact, you don't want to wait for a market to improve in order for you to get in, right? But the reason I'm saying now is good, especially for like the short-term rentals, is because what we're seeing is if you're going to do rental arbitrage or rent to rent, when you negotiate with a landlord right now. Hi there. So yes, I ran into an internet connectivity issue. I hope that you'll still be able to catch me. Yes, so what I was saying was, property prices are so much lower than they've been in a long time. Why? Because landlords need quick cash, probably needing to divest in order to shore up any of the other things that are not working, maybe businesses that have been slow. So this is a great time. You have great bargaining power. This is the thing, when you're in business, you have to look at the cost of what you put in vis-a-vis the revenue you get out. So when you're able to put in less but get out similar or more revenue, win-win. Okay, so let's talk about the revenue part of it. Why is this a good time to get in? This is what we're seeing. Local travel is up. It's actually up. It's increased local travel, because you know that with COVID and restrictions, what's happening is maybe people from abroad are not traveling as much. However, Local tourism, for example, in the country of our own investments in Kenya, in the countries that a lot of our clients are in, you find that local tourism is increased because now people can go abroad, right? And they've been locked down in their homes for months. Now people are just needing just to really, plus kids are mostly doing online learning, right? So they can go anywhere and have their kids do the online learning and still continue with, this minimal disruption. Kids will do online learning for 3-4 hours a day, then they get the rest of the day to spend to relax. And okay, so of course it does depend a lot on which type of property you choose, whether it's a business travel property which is located in the city, or a leisure travel property which is located out of the city. If you're choosing a leisure travel property, you'll find that you will have a lot more people in the season, especially we're going into December, January, Easter comes around, summer, and actually for smaller properties we never really see a dip. We ourselves have never really seen a major dip during the seasons, right? Because you're small, you tend to get more people. When you get 4 people coming to stay in your property that houses 6, you're fine. Versus a hotel, which will see a major dip because they're no longer getting 200 people; they're just getting 4 or 10 or 20. So it's really a win-win. Okay, this is like I said, I think I talked about this yesterday. Some people are coming to talk to me about, hey, I have this huge opportunity to do this, set up this property for this season, for this high season. And I'll tell you hands down, actually the high season for leisure properties can also be a windfall for you. Generally properties, depending, I mean, you can charge any, like if it's a 2-bed, if you're charging per room, you can charge anything from like $100 per room plus, for 2 people, or even $50 per person. So if you have 8 people or 4 people able to stay in your property, you're talking about $200 and upwards, right? So it's a really good time. Business properties, what we're seeing as well is a lot of people are doing staycations as well, right? It's not as high, obviously, because business travel will see a lot of people coming in from out of town, out of the country, but things have really picked up to the point where it's almost similar to pre-COVID times. Okay, only God knows what's going to happen in the coming months, but generally we're seeing a really, really good uptake. Okay, guys, this is from the figures that our clients are actually telling us in the chats we have, because we keep in touch. We're in touch with our clients even after they're done with our coaching and our help and our assistance. We still keep in touch and we keep chatting and sharing together what are some strategies. Okay, now another reason why this whole method is really amazing is because, look, if you find that you're not getting bookings in a month, you can, or in, people book in advance, right? A month to 2 months in advance. Sometimes they'll book 2 weeks in advance. That's true. But you can always gauge your demand and even put in a notice with your landlord to be able to say, hey, you know what, I'm going to put in a notice and then maybe not rent out the house for like a couple of months. And that's really possible because for the most part, this is not a property that you own. So you can actually put in that notice. Another option is that you put in that notice and put your things in storage, right? Storage would probably cost, anything from $50 a month. It really depends on how many items you have, right? So it's a really, in a way, it's like a win-win where you're not stuck with the property and you don't know the market. This is a great way to find out how the market is actually. But I can tell you, hands down, coming into the high season, November, December, that's a really high season generally because of travel, festive travel, and with especially local lockdowns in some places, you find people still want to change in environment, a change in scenery. Okay, we are consistently getting booking requests, right, for people who want to stay 7 days, 14 days, because they want to come away with their family. Actually, the length of stay has increased, which is really significant. Yeah. So that's the answer to the first question that someone asked, which is this a good time to invest? Is this still a good time? Okay. So before I jump into our first testimonial, I just want to let you guys know, by the way, I'm actually sweetening the deal right now with when you go to the link. I'm trying to see, I have the link in the description, right? When you go there, to make a purchase our offer, starting six-figure investment, I'm sweetening the deal, including those who've already joined. Good for you guys. You get two live Q&A sessions with me, which means come on with your property. I'm going to look over your shoulder. I'm going to be able to let you give my feedback. Okay, right? But remember, as part of this whole program, you're actually getting a way to walk through and analyze whatever properties come your way, so that you can know on paper, you can see clearly that this property can make sense, right? Come on, come with a couple of properties. Let's walk through that. Anything, like literally anything that you have a question about, with those two live Q&A sessions, which normally would last an hour to 2 hours each, really depending on the number of questions there. Yeah, that's a sweetening the deal for you guys, for anyone who joins in this offer. Okay, and don't forget, by the way, the offer is going up. Right now it's $300 off. It's only start off with one as little as $147 a month. I have to confirm if it's $147 or $177. I think there's a point it did go up, but I'll confirm that after I play the testimonial. Yeah, so for as little, over 3 months, if you want a payment plan, or $347 paying for. I mean, this is crazy, guys. You literally, I was telling someone that this is the amount that we make for our smallest house, our smallest villa, or our smallest cottage in one night. Okay, and over Christmas, no, $347. It's what we make over Christmas in one night with our smallest cottage. Okay, and if it's not over Christmas, then it's make that in probably maybe 2 nights, 1.5 nights, something like that. But basically the thing is, in 2 days you break even. Our clients renting out their 2-bedroom properties for $150, $200. So really, to pay $347, this is the thing. You're going to break even in 2 days. Just put that in context. Okay, and it's never going to be this good. So that's why I just wanted to let you know. Okay, let me just switch us over to a file, okay, of one of the clients that we worked with, so that you can be able to get a great idea of just the process. And yeah, I mean, if for you it's a thing of also having that faith that, will this work? We'll hear it from the horse's mouth. Okay, I'm gonna switch over there now.
Hi, everyone. Online. Hi, I'm fine. How are you?
Fine, thank you. So, what made you join IU?
Well, initially I had joined, Jacqueline Soma with online training
Yes,
for property, real estate property,
yes,
information
yes,
and training to get into real estate,
yes.
in Africa, or specifically here in Kenya, which is where I've started.
Mm-hmm.
And REEE was one of the things that came after the training, the retreat, to regroup, and to gain extra training, and, to actually, just not to train, but to relax and to meet, the people behind the work and behind the scene. So I came here because I wanted one, to come back to Kenya, which I left, in my childhood as a teenager, which I was raised for about 10 years. So that was one of the things. That was a bonus. The retreat, extra bonus. And knowing that there's somewhere where I could come and meet people, who are like-minded, brought me back to Kenya after over 45 years.
Whoa.
Yeah.
And actually, to just take people back, Jacqueline, you started your business, like you got an apartment when you were in the UK, but your business is here and you have never seen your property, but you've been getting results. Like you started your business virtually.
Yeah.
How has it been? How has been the experience? What results are you getting?
I am getting results, which are good results, and it took a leap of faith.
Yes.
I think with the training that I had, with the transparency that I had with, Jacqueline Suma's, property training, I think I took a leap of faith. I already came from the hospitality industry, so I had a good idea. My mother was into property, so I also had that, behind me. The hospitality being something which I from childhood, I wanted to be a hotel general manager. I wanted to have my own hotel. So this was an exciting way. It was kind of slightly differentiated, but it was still service industry in the hospitality, tourists coming to stay. I thought, that idea, really excited me. And I took a leap of faith without seeing the property, but with the backing of people on ground, who could actually, look at the property, take photographs, etc. So I think for me, it has not been extremely difficult, not without challenges. The challenges were there in terms of physical, the physical property itself. But other than that, it has been quite good.
Whoa, amazing. Actually, you're going to see your property for the first time the day after tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm going to see the property actually possibly today. If not today, then tomorrow morning I will be seeing the property which I got virtually, physically. So that will be exciting.
And you're also going to view other properties because you want to scale up.
Yes, I want to scale up. So I would like to scale up possibly in Mombasa and increase the number of properties that I have and increase my income from that.
And how has been the support from the RE team, from Jacqueline, from myself, and the other support that you've been getting? How has it been? Do you feel empowered?
I feel empowered because I think very rarely do you go online and have sufficient faith to actually transact online and start taking up business opportunities from far. So the transparency has been there. I went with a leap of faith again. And it has been, it has been tremendous because there's people on ground to help you with the banking, to help you with information, people to do photography for your property, people to do shopping even, people to look at properties. So that has been really, really support. That has been helpful. And
Yeah, and I could not agree more. Trusted networks on the ground, right? And probably, what would you tell someone who is in the situation that you are in? You're looking for a business that would give you more extra income, but probably where you are, you're not able to do it. Outside where you are, like out in other countries, you can be able to do that. People who are on the fence and have been hearing about real estate empire and wondering, is it worth it? Is it will I, get my fingers burned? What would you tell them?
before I came into the real estate training, I was already looking around.
Yes.
I think the way God did it, actually, I would just say it's God because I was watching the property show in Kenya.
Yes.
It just came up onto YouTube, and I started watching it.
Yes.
And seeing all the properties that have come up in Kenya, I said to my husband, "You mean this is how far Kenya has gone?"
Yes.
Because living it as a child, I don't remember the property industry being quite so. There's been significant growth. Kenya is a very touristic area. Nairobi, especially, is a hub. And so once I saw that, I thought there's an opportunity here. And I said to my husband, I said, the next time I go to Nairobi, I'm going on business. It just came out. And I had not even started this training. I think I had seen Jacqueline on YouTube once. But after that, I watched a video of somebody. And that's what led me to join the training. So yeah, that's how I came to it. Yeah.
So anybody who is on the fence, would you tell them to come?
Yes. I wouldn't say it's for somebody who is soft at heart. Is it soft at heart? You need to have a lot of faith. You need to have a lot of trust in the people you're working with. You need to follow your instincts. But don't be put off by the fact that maybe your finances are not very high. It is possible to put something simple to start with on a relatively low finance. You do need finances, yes. But I would say don't give up. Don't let that put you off, because when people say real estate, people think massive, very massive businesses. People think maybe massive, a lot quite a huge sum of money. But as it is here in Kenya, I think there are ways. And if you put yourself together, maybe put your finances together, I would say don't be put off, and go with the people who know, you know, how to get the whole thing running.
Go with the trusted networks, and that is what we give you here at RE. You're looking at scaling. What's your goal? You're looking into adding more and more properties to your portfolio.
Yeah.
What would you say, when I get to this figure, then I will be good?
I think for me, I would like to actually scale up. Yeah, I would like more properties. But I think the decision is to scale up initially in one place, because it's the logistics of being far as well. It's probably easier to run in one place initially, grow and know your business and gain more experience, and then scale up, maybe possibly in another town, maybe in another country. Ideally, I would like at least an income 5,000 a month onwards. That is what I would look at. And after that, maybe put something, that maybe I have had a dream of putting in Uganda, in my country. Maybe that will be there for me towards the end of retirement.
Good. Thank you. Thank you so much. It was great having you, and I wish you all the best in your RE journey.
Awesome. So you guys, there you have it. This is the story of Jacqueline Mondo, our client based in the UK. Did this completely virtually, by the way. And of course, when you're starting out, it is a good idea to either have that done for you help or be on location, right? But what we're showing you with starting 6-figure property investment is the exact steps that she took to start with the budget that she had. Like she said, you can start absolutely with what you might think. You don't have to put in such a huge investment. Yes, we have people who put in investments of $50,000, right, upfront in order to get their properties going. But we have people who've also started with $3,500. People who started with $1,000. So it's really up to you where you are. Let me tell you, each of these people will receive their results at scale. And you know what? Let me just actually quickly share this with you. This is from one of our clients. Like I spoke about when she started. I've spoken about the people who start at different scales, right? But I want to quickly, actually, I think I can share my screen so that you can see this, and it'll totally amaze you. This is a client, Maureen. Okay, so Maureen, we actually helped her to get to $10,000 in monthly revenue in her real estate business in only 3 months. This is it, guys. From the 3 months since she started, 3 months since her property went live. Okay, I'm going to show you the actual figures for that property. Let me just show you real quick. There we go. So these are the actual figures. As you can see there, this was the first month, right, in April, because her property went live in April. I would say towards the end of the month, middle of the month of April. And that's the first amount that she got, which was slightly below $2,000, right? In May, the next month, her combined revenue was, this is only from one platform, I have to tell you that. And by the way, she was on how many different platforms? 4 different platforms and a website, okay? And a channel manager to boot. So in May, she made 6,000. These are actual figures. I'm telling you guys, we actually output this from booking.com and created the graph. This is an average of about 5,500, I would say, heading to 6,000, right? In May. In June, again, that went up. Okay, it was slightly under 8. It was actually, this was 8,450. I remember this very well. And then this is the same. This is the bookings that had been made in June for the rest of that year. These are the bookings that had been made in June all the way till December, cumulatively totaling more than 10,000. It's totaling about 13,000. Okay, so this is just some ideas. Now, did she put in the work? She did. She worked. She broke her back. Got these properties out there. We supported. Did she actually put in investment as well? She absolutely did. Look, by the time you're making $10,000 in revenue within 3 months of starting, you have put in an investment, right? But basically, the truth is, she was able to break even on her properties within months. That's the truth of it. Whatever she put in, she was able to get back within months. And how many people can actually say that your business has turned profitable within months? I know business. There's businesses that go unprofitable, barely breaking even for their first 1, 2, 3 years. And that's why this is a really, I like this model because you have an opportunity for a very high profit margin business with a very low risk factor, okay, where you're not stuck in it, and you're also able to benefit from the examples from people who've gone ahead of you. Okay, so guys, please don't forget, put in your questions. Just type in your questions if you have any queries that you have. I'm going to share again another story from one of the people that we worked with in this time in Johannesburg. You might have seen this one, but I'll just play it for you again. Okay. And yeah, keep them coming. I think that was one other question that we got, and I answered that yesterday about what is the minimum that one can start with. Can you start with this amount? How, and I hope that this question has been answered for you through this chat that we've had with Jacqueline. I mean, through this video that I shared with you just now. Yeah, you can start wherever you are. And you know what? This is what I tell people. In fact, this was I had a video earlier with my daughter just talking about Monopoly and investment strategy. Now, for those who played Monopoly, you realize really the best investment strategy is buy whenever you can, buy a property whenever you can, because you're going to make that money back. And this is the same thing. At first, I was asking my daughter, hey, you have $1,000 Monopoly dollars. Would you buy a property or would you save it? You're like, I'll save it. I only thought about it. Hey, if you could buy a $200 property plus put 4 houses on it for $100 each, that means you're spending a total of $600. And guess what? The next person that lands on that property is now going to be paying you $700 in revenue. You've just made $100 in profit. You've broken even and made $100 in profit. How cool is that? So when I put it like that, she was like, yeah, that makes sense. So that's just an example of how sometimes you need that person to be listening to your ideas. And that's what we're here to do for you, right? We're here to give you an overview of all the markets that we have an overview of, and tell you this is what's working, this is what's not working, which is just as important, right? You don't want to get into something and you find, okay, this is absolutely not working. We'll be honest with you. We'll tell you, by the way, that is not working. Do you want to get started with a $400 cottage, right? Which is semi-furnished, which means all you're putting in is that $400 plus your $400 deposit, plus probably another $1,000 to just take care of soft furnishings. Voila, and probably if you need any support, then this is when an investment towards support can come in as well, based on what you are comfortable with and what you're ready to get help in. So there's just all those different options. Let me now share with you the okay, I think I didn't even realize that I was not even showing. Was I showing my face? It seems not. So let me share with you the next testimonial. This is with Lillian, in case you've had about her. I'll just jump. I'm trying to skip to the part that the meat, where you get the real meat of the discussion, right? Okay, let's do this.
Great. So here we're going to be fielding. We might field some questions. Who knows? If you do jump on and you have some queries, if you miss us, that's okay. We can be able to put respond in the comments as well. Yeah. So when you check in, if you're watching the replay, put replay. If you're #replay, right? And if you're watching live, that's also fine. That's great. We're glad to have you. And thanks for checking in. So so maybe we can just start with just from the top. Let's start from the top. Lillian, tell us a bit about you. Of course, I mentioned that you're based in Joburg. Maybe just a bit about probably your property journey to date. What would you say what challenges were you dealing with before you came and joined us at Real Estate Empire?
Okay, so basically my challenges were I was running out. I just knew that I wanted to do something to invest in property, but I didn't really know, or I wasn't confident of if I was going to make money or not. So I would say maybe I didn't have like a strategy that would work. So that was really one of my major challenges. And then also, I was just skeptical that is it going to work or not or what? Because, and the maintenance of properties, it's those challenges that I was looking at. But I'm glad that this program changed my mind
Yeah.
altogether. Yeah.
That's good to know. Yeah, but there are a lot of people face those same challenges you're facing, especially when it comes to you've never maybe invested in property before, you want to get started. So, and how long would you say that you've been looking to like get started in property investment before you came and joined us?
Yes, I was. Actually, I had an apartment that I had that was going through transfer, but like I said, I didn't know what strategy. I was just thinking maybe I would just put someone like a tenant, like a month-to-month
Yeah.
tenant, and get
Yeah.
my 4,000 a month. Yes.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Okay. Okay, yes, I hear you. And that's interesting actually when you because the fact that the long-term rent that you could have gotten, we'll see in a minute how you're able to actually multiply that multiple times, isn't it? Which was really exciting.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So
Yes.
then what so before you did actually you started already with your property purchase. When you came on, you already had a property purchase in process. It was undergoing transfer, and now you're wondering, okay, what should I do about this? Should I put on long-term rent? Should I put on short-term rent? So was there anything else you had tried, by the way, before we got together? Like anything else in real estate that you had tried before then, or that was pretty much it? You're just in process of purchasing.
Yes, that was actually my first property, but I've also wanted to try the rent to rent, but I just changed my mind, and then I decided, no, let me just wait for this one. But actually, I've always had wanted to invest in property, but it's like I didn't know what strategy to use. So
yeah.
So when I heard about the program, and then I just said, no, you know what? It was actually a leap of faith because I saw it on Facebook. So then I just said, no, you know what? I know it's social media, and I know there are a lot of con artists there, but it was just a leap of faith. Maybe it was just the right time, I think.
Yeah, I hear you. Actually, yes, that's the thing. I mean, we actually work with a lot of our clients. They've never known us before. Like you had never known us before, isn't it? But
Yes.
you watched our masterclass, you jumped on the call, and we could work together. And you wanted us to work together. So that was great. And we loved, obviously, your energy, your vision. So, it was so natural to just start working together from that time. It's actually been really fun working with Lillian, by the way. You guys, to be honest, I think we have a really high quality of clients in Real Estate Empire, and people are just driven to see an outcome. Like they're just not comfortable to just sit back and just say without actually doing. So that's been exciting. So what would you say? So when you mentioned, you're a bit skeptical. You're like, what if it doesn't work? So what were initial impressions when you first joined and you started to work with us, and were going through the process, 8 to 12 week process? What were your initial impressions?
Yeah, my first impressions were like when I went onto the website and I was going through the coursework, I was like, you know what, this is a lot of work. This is going to be a lot of work, but something just because yes, I just told myself, you know what, this is going to be a whole lot of work. But with the weekly meetings, it was fun, although there was a lot of work to be put in. But yeah, my first impression was like, where am I going to find time to do all this?
That is super, because you work full time. Yes. Let's just say, right now, I mean, full time working, and then this is another extra. You could say extra job. When you have your business.
Yes.
But you managed, and you did really well. Like I would, there would be assignments you would do, and we just mentioned, hey, this is the time to submit this thing, and you'd be done within like hours. You just like in 2-3 hours you sent through something, and that was really good. Just the bum, just being focused. What would you say is the thing that really made you keep going, even despite maybe the amount of work involved, the analysis and all that stuff?
I would say, like when I joined, I know there was Peter already, and also Jackie, you were already there. And when you showed us something, I think you showed us something about. I think you said something about 2 years the revenue that you've gotten for 2 years from your property in.
Yes.
Is it Imani and I?
Yes, exactly.
And then I was looking at myself, and then I looked at my goals and my vision board. I said, you know what? I think this is actually it. I think this is going to be my fire the boss thing. So I
Oh,
just said, you know what? Like,
that's a fire the boss.
yes,
I like that.
yes, yes. So I said, you know what? Let me just try this, because you never know. It must just work, and I'm just glad I made that decision, because it turned out to be the correct thing for me.
Okay. Yeah, and that's
Yeah.
amazing. I mean, a lot of people actually get started, and yes, they do like what Lillian is saying. You know, you want to be able to get that freedom, maybe stop your 8 to 5 job and be able to work for yourself 100%. So I'm so glad that
Yes.
this is the vision that, I mean, you saw it and it just really gelled with where you want to go. Now it was about putting
Yes.
action into it, isn't it? Like it really, like
Yes.
you already had that on your vision board as something that you wanted to do, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, already driven. And so we just came to add that fire to your to your flames that were already,
Yes.
you know? Yeah.
Yeah, it was the ignition that I needed.
Mm-hmm. That's so cool.
Yes.
It's so exciting.
Mm.
And then so tell us, by the way, because I know this is what everyone wants to know. It's like what results have you, what kind of results have you gotten so far? You know, what would you say you've been able to achieve in the months we've worked together? Like, yeah, in terms of what kind of revenue, if you don't want to, if you don't want to mention the revenue, that's totally okay. If you want to maybe just tell us how many times have you multiplied what you could have gotten if you're doing, you know, the monthly
Yeah,
rental.
it's been such an amazing journey. You know,
Yeah.
I couldn't even I can't even believe myself right now when I look at my accounts and say, look at the revenue. I just can't believe it, because if I hadn't done if I hadn't gone this route, I would be probably getting, like I said initially, something like 4,000 rands. But
Yes.
the revenue I'm getting, like now, it's like almost like 5 times or 6 times already.
Yes.
And it's amazing. And the most thing that I like about this,
Yes.
it's just doing it on itself. Like when I'm sleeping, I just wake up and there's a booking from Airbnb. It's not like I have to put in energy. I know it's a lot of work at the beginning, but once it's set up, then you're good to go. And
Yes.
and when I got my first booking from, I think it was from booking.com, and it was like 10 days. And then I think I actually posted it on the group. I was so excited,
Yes.
because it was like, with that booking, it was like 10 days, but it was already like 2 months rental. And I was like, okay,
Wow.
so this is the beginning of life, you know?
That is so
So
cool.
it's been an amazing journey. I know the challenges here and then, but even if I look at not only the revenue, even after my cost of sales and everything, the profit is it's amazing. It's amazing. Yeah.
That's so
So
good to know. Yeah, because
it is.
and it really inspires you. I mean, by the way, just to mention, it's true. The work at the beginning, in fact, I always tell this to you know, Lillian and some of our other clients, is like, look, your investment really has to make sense on paper before you ever get started, right?
Yes.
If it's not making sense on paper, it's not going to make sense even on the and that's part of the work that's involved, isn't it? It's like the analysis,
Yes.
making sure you have you're pricing it right, making sure that we're putting the marketing in place, making sure that we're putting all the just really all the listings, all the online platforms and things like that. And there's a lot
Yes.
of heavy lifting we do. Obviously we cover a lot of the heavy lifting, but you know, just you as a business owner, and I've seen Lily, I've really seen you rise up to the challenge that this is your
Yeah.
business. You know what I mean? It's like your baby.
Mm.
Like you wouldn't just say,
Yes.
what? I can't believe I have to feed my baby. That's too much work, you know? But you've been
Yes.
there. You've been willing to, like, you know, spend the time to get in, know your business, interact with your guests, and really, and that, what would you say it has really helped you to now, like, envision for the future in terms of just, you know, this whole starting point?
Yeah, if you know, it's opened my mind, actually, because I never actually thought I would end up doing thinking about having a resort of my own. But you know what, it's something that I've just said, you know what, I'm going to do this. And to actually think that I've got Airbnb is actually coming tomorrow to inspect, because they offered, I think I sent it on the group. They've offered me to join the Airbnb Plus, so they're actually coming in tomorrow to do the inspections and do another photo shoot. So it has opened up my mind that I actually never thought I would end up investing like a lot in real estate, but
Yes.
it's going to be like my life. And soon I'm going to leave my job, and it's because of this that I'm going to leave my job.
Wow. That is super exciting to hear, to be honest. I think, just the whole I think just really seeing that evolution. Do you feel that sense of
Yes.
freedom that it brings? Like,
Yes.
yeah.
Actually, I've actually tendered my resignation already, although I
Oh,
won't say when I'm leaving.
congratulations, Lillian, to be honest. I mean,
Yes.
this is living,
Mm.
isn't it? Rather than
It
waiting.
is.
Yeah.
I like the freedom. I like the
Mm.
freedom of having the time to do what you want. Like I said initially on my goals, it's something that I've been looking forward to doing for a long time. And like this thing just came in the right time, and then I ticked all my boxes, and then I was saying, you know what, let me just go for it.
Wonderful. So exciting to hear
Mm.
that. And that's the thing, isn't it? Like what we work towards, it's about living the lifestyle you want. This is the thing we all notice. Do you know, most of the people, like now, like Lillian, most of the people we work with, most of our members, you guys, are people who are interested in making an impact in the world. Now you can imagine with the kind of freedom that you get to be able then to go out and just live your purpose, just from being able to invest in real estate. So there's so much, there's really amazing things in store. I'm actually really looking forward to continue to work together and seeing the next properties come through, and the next and the next and really just
Yes.
So what would you tell someone, like, I think this one is something that just from your heart, like what would you tell someone who's thinking of doing it but is kind of maybe sitting on the fence? They're not so sure. They're like, oh, maybe I should wait until next year. What would you tell them, knowing what you know now?
Knowing what I know now, I'll just encourage them to just start, because I think that's all it takes. Once you're in there, you see that it's an amazing journey. It's quite interesting, and I've learned a lot with the short time that I've been in this business. It's and the comments that you get from the guests, it's also something that keeps me going. So I would say to someone, if you're sitting on the fence, just jump, just give it a go, and it works. It works. If it worked for Jackie, and if it worked for me, and if it's worked for Peter, then it should work for anyone who just puts the energy. There is work, of course, but if you just put your mind to it, it's gonna work. Yes, that's what I would say in short. Yes.
Wonderful. And there you have it, guys. This is direct from Lillian, who has gone through this process, by the way. And I thank you so much, Lillian, for just sharing your heart and just really the way it's impacted. Because I can actually see how you're glowing and so like excited about like the next steps.
Yes.
And that it really motivates us to keep doing what we do, which is just really helping people.
Great. Well, I think that you guys got it straight from the horse's mouth. Lillian, who we worked with to get her properties up and running, and it was really phenomenal to just be able to facilitate that freedom. So you know what? If you wanted freedom, this is something you wanted for a long time. You have absolutely nothing to lose. Like she said, I think like Jacqueline said before her, take the leap. Sometimes you just need to get yourself out of your comfort zone and get there. And what quicker, easier, better way than to do it now when you can start for as little as what you're going to make back from your property in 2 days. Okay, what better time? Okay, so yep, you reach out, guys. And by the way, click on the link, and because we have it's all going to disappear in about 6 hours, slightly less than 6 hours. Okay, and I'm trusting that this will be a good process for you to just get started. Like I said, it's a exact process we took our clients through to know the right property to invest in. For those who didn't have properties yet, just to select, because if you select a white elephant, it's not gonna work. Okay, so I also want to quickly share my screen. I think we're down to maybe the last 10 minutes or so. I want to share my screen so that you can be able to see our platform. Okay, I want to show you our platform, the back end, so that you can be able to see what you're going to be covering, what you're going to be, just really an overview. Okay, so real quick, and I'm not showing you everything. Okay, guys, I'm just giving you like an overview real fast, and so that you can just get a taste of it. So this is when you log in. Actually, when you first click and go to visit our page, by the way, when you visit our sale page and click through and purchase, you instantly be added to our membership platform. Okay, and this is what you'll find. Okay, basically it's an introduction. We really believe in your mindset being ready. We have some biblical affirmations for you and gratitude meditations for you, really based on, whether you're a Christian or of any other faith. This is something that will just gear you up. The gratitude meditation is more generic. The biblical affirmations are for believers. So you just get your mind ready for success. It's such an important part of what we do, is how our minds think, right? So we're here to help you get that jump started. And then, as you can see, the modules, this is a 4-week course. So as you can see, the modules run you through. You actually get access to the modules from week 1. So week 1, you have access to it immediately. Week 2 will become available to you at the second week, and then week 3 and week 4, okay? They're going to become available to you. Let's look through week 1 and week 2, right? This is week 1, getting started with other people's properties. Guys, there's hours of training in here that really lays out factors that you want to look at, how to analyze property. Remember, I talked about the exact way that you're going to analyze property in order to make sure that it's going to bring you the right results. Tips on Airbnb and TripAdvisor, getting started with other people's property, how you do rent to rent, okay? And we're walking you through the exact steps. And then guess what? It's not only that, we're actually giving you an Excel file for analysis. Okay, just going to show you real quick. This is an example Excel file that our clients have used, which has enabled them to actually analyze property and be able to see, is this it? This is what, and this is where they do the analysis, and there's a field example and all that. And we actually have the scripts right here, the rent to rent scripts that you can get for working with your landlords. Okay. This is also something that you can download immediately, and you have the exact script calling your real estate agent as another landlord and all that stuff, okay? It really just gives you the entire, we've got a 6-page, I think it's about 6 pages, okay? Everything that you need to know and do. Next, we also have this is week 2 now, your home, okay? How you're going to start that short-term rental business, the how that you're going to use to turn that home into a haven. And we're going to give you interiors, a list of the interiors. We're going to give you some of the examples of places you can get really amazing interior decorators, plus how to do it on a budget. Going to give you low-cost tips, and then you get access to, of course, I say our furnishing shopping list, again, our rent-to-rent script. These are all available, right? And then, of course, in week 3 and week 4, we're now coming back to just really look. We do the live question and answer sessions. We're also now coming back to review your analysis that you did and give you feedback, as well as look into more aspects about the management. Okay, and guys, this, like I said, exact process our clients have gone through when they started. Okay, this is the first 4 weeks that they go through in order to get to the place where now they know this is the perfect property to select. And then tips on also how to raise finance, by the way, is what we're also going to be adding for you there in week 4. How do you get financing? What are some ways in whichever country you're located that you can raise finance for this, whether it's through loans or different other aspects? Just tips that have worked for our clients, right? That you can really start to use. Awesome. So, by the way, we are going to be finishing up really, really soon. So, just gonna, add you people, hey, 6 hours to go. This is going away. Never going to be at this rate again. So jump on, right? If you have any questions, put it in the comments and I will get back to you. Might not be able to get back to you before the 6 hours is up, since it's my midnight. I love you guys that much. That's why I'm up at this time. But hopefully what I've been doing now has answered the questions that you have. And yeah, you're ready to take the leap. And if you're still like wondering, should I? You know what? Just do it. This is the thing. You're here for a reason. You've stuck with it. You've been here throughout. That means there's something that we can do to help you. And there's also something that is at the other side of this valley of decision that you're in, right? So go ahead and take that leap. Okay, guys? Have a great, thanks for staying with me. So awesome to have you guys on, by the way. And yeah, just message anytime, and there'll be some more great offers coming up. Nothing really like this one, as good as this one, but I'll be telling you guys in the next days about our real estate baraza, which is also something that you get access to, when you join this, the real estate baraza. Also be telling you our retreat, like Jacqueline, when she came for our retreat, and you saw the first video with Jacqueline, that was at our retreat that you get also access to when you get access to our next upcoming retreat, right? On your occasion with experts. And I'll be talking more about some of those in the next day. So no matter what, just keep it locked. I'm so glad you're here with us. Okay? Have a great rest of your evening. Bye-bye.